And a very good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago. We're talking the Energy Conference 2018, and we're coming to you live from the Hyatt Regency Hotel. With me is Mr. Mark Loquan. He's president of NGC. Morning, Mr. Loquan. Thank you so much for joining us.
Morning.
So let's get straight to it. So you're in the hot seat this morning. The country has been experiencing gas curtailment. As president of NGC, my first question would be when do you project this gas shortage will see some sort of improvement?
Well, as you're aware, there's been a lot of activity going on with Truck and Juniper recently coming on stream. And of course, you would see a lot of activity going on now with respect to the OBN testing and seismic data being collected by several companies, and you would see a lot of activity around rigs being mobilized by all the majors. So there's a lot of activity that is now taking place relative to, I would say, the end of 2016. So when you look back, you would see quite a, one of the reasons why we're in the shortfall is because there's been a lack of investment and the timing of those investments with respect to depletion of reservoirs. So it is a good thing to see all this activity happening, but it will not be solved in a year or two. It will go on for a while.
I mean, the projections I've seen, even if we do investments, if we have new investments now, we still may experience a greater shortfall at the end of 2019, 2020.
Well, I won't say you would experience a greater shortfall. I mean, if you recall last conference, there was this famous Mount Trinidad slide, which was showing a continuous depletion. I mean, what you would see now with all these investments is you would see more a plateauing out and a gradual increase trying to overcome the shortfall. But a lot of the investments is really to try to keep a steady pace of where we are. Yeah.
But what are some of NGC's plans?
When it comes to the securing of gas, there's been a lot of conversations with respect to some of the upstream contracts for securing gas for the future. As you're aware, we have completed the BP and EOG contract negotiations. Of course, there's Shell going on in the middle of it all, so that is a key activity for this year. And then, of course, we have the Dragon conversations with Venezuela, which is intended to come more in the medium term. There's also the focus on marginal fields, because a lot of the gas remaining is left in the smaller fields. So it's work to be done when it comes to securing gas from these areas in some accelerated way. So I'll speak about that in the conference as well. And then there's also the whole issue of building the institution, building the institutional capacity in safety and asset integrity, in how we do projects, in skill development of our people. So I think there's all that work going on. Plus the fact that there are things happening around us regionally and internationally that lends itself to some opportunities if we were to work differently going forward. So I'll speak more about that in the conference.
A lot of activity in the region. We now go to a quick break, but stay with us. Mr. Loquan joins us after the news.